Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Yonela. I'm a homeschooling mama of 3 kids. In today's video I want to share with you how I've realized that my child is suffering from dyslexia and anxiety. So grab yourself a cup of coffee and stay tuned. Homeschooling my daughter this year. I've been homeschooling the older one through ADHD that I've explained in another video. I will put the link on that video. The video says why I've homeschooled my child. I never had a dream of homeschooling. I never even knew that homeschool existed. So it started from identifying one of my child that was having difficulties in school. I'm constantly receiving those reports that he's disruptive, he's not listening and all those things, so he will get back with red pens. I got the video, guys. If you want to know about that story, please go to that previous video. I'll put it on the description below. And then I happened to homeschool the others. I've been wanting to homeschool the rest of my kids because I've seen the fruits of the one that I've started homeschooling. He turned out extremely well. He became so independent. There was less distractions, and I've developed other passions about him that I didn't know while he was at school. Then I began to love homeschooling and its benefit. So now there's this daughter of mine who's in grade 2. I've started homeschooling her. I've noticed that this child doesn't understand simple terms. You will say 6 plus 2 and she will put up the fingers and count. And in my view, I thought the child who's in grade 2 would understand 6 plus 2 or 5 plus 3. She doesn't have to pull up fingers and count such numbers. But she tends to forget. She forgets, and you wonder, how was she doing all this time at school? And then I did my own research about this. I always receive it with my son. Before I took him to the psychologist, I did my own research and realized that these were the symptoms and they were correct. And one other way that I've noticed is that when she is reading, she omits words and sometimes make up words that are not there to make sense, because she understands English, just to make sense of what I've also noticed that she is suffering from anxiety. So when things are not going right, she just breaks down and cry. Now it came into my mind that many days I will receive a call from school and I will be told that I have to fetch my daughter, she's having a headache. I'll go to the school, fetch my daughter. When we get home, sense the temperature. She's not hot at all. And then when we get home, the person is playing. No headache. And now when I'm trying to make sense of that, I realized, no, maybe she was struggling with something at school, and the school didn't realize that my child is suffering. Maybe there was a reading problem or spelling, or things were not going right at school. Then she will make up an excuse that she's having a headache and act as if she's sick. Now it all makes sense, because she was not sick. She was just going through anxiety and she didn't know what to do. The teacher is one, there were 20 of them. The school had to move on. Then as I'm homeschooling her, I realized that no, my daughter is a crybaby. So I have to be careful when I'm teaching her. I have to constantly reassuring her that she's okay. I even call her sometimes Mogel. I will even say, Mogel, you are nailing this, Mogel. You are doing your best. And she appreciated those praises. They kept us going, and there isn't. Sorry guys, I've got a bit of a flu. As you can hear, I'm speaking through my nostrils. I'm coming from the flu. Okay, I sent a text to her teacher and find out how was my daughter while she was at school. Did you notice anything? I'm noticing that my child is mixing words, like instead of the P's and the Q's, the D's and the B's. And at grade 2, I'm not expecting that the child should be still having those legal challenges. And the teacher was like, no, she brought out her schoolwork. The schoolwork was still with her. She brought out her schoolwork and said, no, she was doing very well at school. She didn't pick up anything wrong. I went back to the exercises that she used to do at school. And I realized that at school, she would be given homework on Monday. And then on Tuesday, she repeats the same thing that she did on Monday. and on Wednesday, Thursday, and then on Friday she will do the assessment based on the things that she was repeating. It came to a point whereby if maybe, for example, I'm dictating 10 words for her as part of her homework, I will read the first word, the second word. By the time I'm reading the third and the fourth word, she is already writing those words because she has memorized them. She knows by heart those words. So she will do her homework without looking at it because they are doing the very same thing from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday they do assessment. Surely she will pass and she will get 100%. Exactly, she was getting 100% because they were repeating the same thing every day up until Friday. So it was difficult for the school to pick up that my child is having challenges because she's memorizing. And one thing about the kids with dyslexia, they are good at memorizing. My child is one of those kinesthetic kids. She learns, she's a visual learner, and she's very helpful. That is actually helping us. She is very helpful in our home. One thing she's good at, in fact, there are many things she's good at except reading words. She likes to make a mistake, of which now I've come to realize why is she making a lot of mistakes when she's reading. When we're looking for something that is missing, we always go back to her. My daughter, have you seen such and such a thing? Have you seen our broom? Have you seen my hat? Have you seen something? She's the one that always remembers. Yes, ma'am, it was there. I saw it underneath the table, though she didn't pick it. I saw it under the bed, or I saw it in so-and-so's room. I saw it, mama, in the basket. It was there, it's dirty. She's very visual. She's our CPU in this home. She's so helpful, There are various things that those kids are good at, and my child is good at remembering where things are in this home. The problem with dyslexia kids is when it comes to letters, because remember, letters are black and white. And one thing I've heard about the kids with dyslexia is that when they read text, it's like the words are dancing. If you can do this, if you can read and while you're reading, you do like this. Doesn't make sense here? But while you're reading, so the words are swapping around or bouncing, something like that. When I Google it, I've heard that that's the way they read. That is why you will find them mixing words and then putting words that were not there and make up the words. Or it's difficult for them to decode the word. I even came to a point where I say my child, when she's reading, she must put a finger and point where she is reading. All right? The thing with dyslexia is that they have challenge in processing words. They have got challenge in processing the information and put it into words, processing letters and put them into words. For example, you say, baby girl, please bring me water in my green bottle. And then she stands there for a second and like, bring you water, and then yes. In your green bottle, and then like, yes. And then she goes. Obviously she's going to do that. But you find out every time you give her instruction, she kind of pause a little bit and repeat what you're saying, trying to process it. So I already know. Sometimes I don't even repeat it. Girl, bring me a glass of water, please. And she will say, a glass of water? And I'll keep quiet because she heard me. She's just buying time to make sense of what you've just said. Homeschooling her has helped me a lot because I got to learn about her behavior and I got to learn about her challenges. So homeschooling has helped me because with homeschooling I was able to pick up the material that is good for her. In the next episode, I will share with you the resources that I'm using that is helping to ease the anxiety and to cope with the spellings and reading. How do we do it? All the materials I will share with you. But you have to be here, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you will get an alert. Alright, so stay tuned. There's more to come. And this topic doesn't only affect homeschooling mamas. This is the thing that can also help you mom that are having kids that are in school. When you are assisting them with their homework, you can pick up those things. You can easily pick up all those things. So mommies at home, mommies who are homeschooling, and you mommies who have kids that are going to school, when you're doing their homeworks, please take time and observe how your child is doing their homework, how your child is reading. Instead of shouting and screaming at her that why she doesn't understand certain things at their age, please bear in mind that kids are going through a lot and they have got learning difficulties. They are born differently and they are unique in different ways. So the best thing to do is to observe and take note of what is it that the child is challenged with. And you do your own research and take your child further to the educational psychologist. I feel blessed that I've homeschooled my kids, and now I have the opportunity to go back, because with the homeschooling you are able to go back a little bit and fine-tune those little things that your child didn't understand. So I will ask them to line up sharing the story with me in their own words. I will start with the little one, my 5-year-old, because he's able to read, but he read from the pictures and make up his own story. But the story is always relevant because the picture tells the story. Little one will come, explain the story. His story is always long. Explain the whole story. So slowly she is beginning to process the story, and she is improving a lot. One more thing to also note about these kids is that they are likely to have dyscalculia as well. That is difficulties in mathematics, in a sense that, let's say you are adding 8 plus 5, you all know that 8 plus 5 is 13, but without realizing they will write 31, because 31 has a 3 and a 1, as well as 13 has a 1 and a 3. So you will find them just swiping numbers without realizing that it is wrong. So as a mom who's understanding their situation, you don't regard that as a wrong answer. You just have to understand that it's their brain disorder, swiping 3 and a 1 instead of 1 and a 3. So the math that I am using, that I've picked for her as her curriculum, is the math that is relevant for kids with such disorder. I hope this helped as well. That's all about the video. If you have enjoyed it, and if you have the similar situation, please share your comment and share with me how have you dealt with it. I hope this will help other mommies as well, even those who are not homeschooling. So on the next video, I will share with you the resources and material that I am using to ease the anxiety and to try and limit all the challenges that my child is experiencing with dyslexia. If you want to know all the material that I am using that might also help you, please subscribe and hit that notification bell so that the next time I'm posting the video, you don't miss out. From me to you, thank you.